It's often argued Wisconsin Catholics helped catapult then-Senator John F. Kennedy to the highest office in the land, while others, including Kennedy himself, say that primary win was really so much more than that. I'm NBC 26 Today's McLeod Hageman, connecting with the few people who had the opportunity to meet Kennedy in person while visiting some of his campaign stops along the way.
Kennedy, 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 Kennedy.
Some say it was then Senator Kennedy's youth and ability to bring Americans together, while others feel like his faith helped secure his Wisconsin primary victory in 1960.
I'm not prepared to take the view which I know the Milwaukee Journal has taken, emphasizing the religious breakdown of the vote.
Even after winning the presidency, Kennedy continued expressing his appreciation.
I am glad to be back in Wisconsin, and I want to express my thanks to you for a most generous welcome.
And this is my garb to go see President Kennedy.
A curious 15-year-old girl at the beginning of his presidential campaign, Beverly Peterson Shane says she had to meet him, campaigning at the old Brown County Memorial Arena.
In fact, I remember this just like yesterday. You just can't forget, And I walked him all the way to the car, and he got in the car, and I stood right in front of the hood of the car, which I have here, a picture I took. I had my camera aimed right at him, and he was smiling again at me. And then all of a sudden, somebody stuck their hand in the car, and he turned his head.
Denise Weeks of Green Bay sharing a similar experience.
It was overwhelming. It was like, I can't believe I'm actually seeing this person in person, in the flesh. And it was overwhelming. That's all I can say. We're just standing there like, that's him. That's really him.
Many of Kennedy's campaign stops included big venues, but perhaps the greatest impact he made was visiting schools like St. Joseph's Academy in Green Bay.
It was kind of my introduction to politics when I was like in the 8th grade.
I love politics ever since I had this experience.
It was at this spot then Senator John F. Kennedy joked with students, saying, "I realize you're not old enough to vote yet," but that never stopped him from connecting with students. It was at that moment that educators here at St. Joseph's Academy, now Aldo Leopold Community Schools, say is truly historic.
That's part of us too. He was here. We're part of history. It's not just over there, it's here too.
Fine arts teacher Scott Ronsman says he thinks about President Kennedy daily, walking past that iconic fire escape on his way to class, and through the school's parking lot where he first learned about the assassination exactly 60 years ago.
I was just a little toddler the day he was killed, and I had 2 older cousins that were here for a special program, and my aunt was babysitting me that day. And we were in the parking lot, and my 2 cousins got in the car, and I turned to my aunt and I said, "Why are they crying?" And she said, "Somebody killed our president today." I've never forgotten it. And in fact, it is one of my first cognizant memories that I have as a young toddler. And it's just how ironic that I work here now.
Now, coming up later this month, people who weren't even alive while Kennedy was president will be honoring his life and legacy here in Green Bay by performing some of his most famous speeches, including the one he was set to give that fateful day in Dallas, Texas, some 60 years ago. That's going to be set here at Washington Middle School, November 30th at 7 p.m. Reporting from Green Bay, McLeod Hageman, NBC 26 News.